Hello and welcome to the Machona podcast. I hope you've had a great week. Mine was fine, I guess. Work and still home, meeting up with a few friends here and there. But life goes on. This week we are continuing with our series called Boy Meets Girl. Now, the last episode we talked about, where to find love, and we talked about, the places where you can find a date, and also places where people might deem maybe not appropriate. But at the end of the day, what we concluded was that it doesn't matter where you meet someone, but what matters is the connection that you make with them. Now, after you have made that connection with the new person that you have met, now depending on the platform that you met them on, whether it was in the street or it was at work or it was somewhere, you now need to make a date, obviously, which is the first time that you will be spending time together to now talk about the connection that you have made between the two of you. So today we are talking about the best first date, or ideas for a first date, so to speak. And I do have some notes here with me from a particular website that I was looking at. Now, so when you are going on the first date, obviously there are a lot of things to consider. There's your own presentation, personal presentation. There is also your pocket, especially for the guys, and there is also the environment that you're going to be in, and also security, especially for the ladies as well. If you're meeting someone that you have not seen before, please do ensure that you are meeting in a secure area. We'll talk about that one later. So now, getting into it, you've set up a date, you've agreed on what time and the like. Now, what do you do after that? So the first thing that I found was for a new date, a first date, one of the most important things is affordability. To make sure you can afford the date. Whether you are the lady or the guy, it's always good to make sure that you can afford the date. The reason why I say that is because most cultures believe that the guy pays, but just in case something goes wrong, you don't want to be caught offside. So you need, as a lady, to at least be prepared. So the date must be affordable. And this is because some guys go all the way out to show off to the girl, but in most cases girls find it off-putting, because that means the guy is not responsible. You're just going there, spending however sums of money on somebody you don't even know, somebody you don't even have a guarantee that they're going to be with you. So that shows a bit of irresponsibility where finances are concerned. And so what you need to do is you need to go for something that is affordable, and something that even if that date, because it's not guaranteed that things will kick off from there, even if it doesn't go well, at least you have not wasted a lot of money. So make it simple, but at least it should be good. So affordability is very important. Now, the other thing is to look at the environment and make sure it gives you a chance to converse freely. This means that it should be a place where you are able to talk to each other freely without any distractions. Now, the distractions, could be like on a first date, you can't go to a concert. You can't go to a movie on a first date unless it's somebody that you already know. But on the first date, that date should be for the two of you to talk and get to know each other better, get to see your chemistry in person. And if you go to a movie, you will just be seated there watching the screen, and at the end of the movie you still be at the same place you started at. You don't really know how you relate with a person a one-on-one. So the best thing is to make sure that you are in a quiet place that is able to give you the chance to talk to each other freely, but it should be public enough to ensure safety. Once again, I repeat. So the other issue that we need to consider is ample face-to-face time. Now, guys in most cases like to be side by side with their date, but I do believe from my bit of research that women actually prefer face-to-face. So they prefer that you are looking at each other, because I think it's also anyways important in general, because you'll be seeing the person's facial expressions as well, which in turn do tell a lot about what the person is thinking or how the person would react to whatever you're saying. So you need ample time to be face to face and not side by side. Side by side is pretty much the same as you're on the phone, because you're not really seeing how the person is reacting to what you're saying. So usually in these scenarios, then you go to maybe an eating place. Don't sit side by side. Make sure at least there is a bit of time where you sit opposite each other, and so that you can, it also shows sincerity. You can easily tell when somebody's lying if you're actually looking at their face, or if somebody's telling the truth. So that is very important for a first date as well. So the other one is novelty. Now this one I'm just going to read it because it's a new one for me as well. So it says don't just do something you do on a normal basis anyway, like maybe going to a restaurant or going to a bar that you normally go to. So try to switch things up. And it says a novel activity sets the butterflies aflutter. So do something that is out of your normal routine, so that at least it's something new. Being too much in a comfortable place will give you false confidence. So I know most people would be looking for that home ground advantage, but it might give you false confidence where you come out maybe giving the wrong impression to the person who's meeting you for the first time. So the best thing is to at least be in a neutral place where you are, your guards are up. You are aware, trying to be aware of your surroundings as much as you are looking at the person that you're with. So that is also something of importance, as I have just learned. And the other one is a backdrop that provides easy conversation folder. Now there will be nary and awkward silence when there are plenty of things going on around you to comment on and talk about. So what this means is you try as much as you can to also observe the surroundings. That will give you something to talk about, because on a first date, definitely there's going to be those awkward moments of silence, which kind of throws people off. I know some people have ended up thinking, like, oh, maybe that's not the right person for me, because they couldn't talk, or because the conversation wasn't just flowing. There is an element of obviously nervousness when you're meeting a person for the first time, and as much as you're nervous, they're also nervous, and so they don't want to say too much because they might think they would say something wrong, or they don't want you to get a bad impression about them. And also some people don't really want to give too much away about their personal issues, because there is a possibility that this date is not going to lead us anywhere, and I don't want you to know everything about me when I'm probably not going to see you again. So what the best thing that you can do is look at the surroundings. So be in an area where at least there's activity going on, which can help you to bring conversations. You can see something that's happening, that would be a good conversation starter. Or you can maybe go to like a restaurant where you would be able maybe to comment on the menu or something like that. So just make sure you are in a place that is not blank, or a place that does not give you any extra points of conversation. So these are things that you need to really consider, and I know there could be a lot of other ideas that you might have. So if you can put them in the comments, that would be great, so that we maybe would even make a part 2 of the same topic. But all in all, that's all I had, and I hope you have another great week coming up. Remember to stay safe, remember to keep your family safe as well, and even just whoever you come across, make sure you're protecting yourself from whatever issues are going on out there. But we'll see you next week with another recording. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe and share my videos or my audio recordings. So my videos are on YouTube. You can just look for the Machona podcast, and you'll be able to also see the other videos that I have done so far. And with the audio, it's on Anchor, and also a lot of other podcast outlets. You just search for Machona podcast, it should pop up. I know there's Apple Podcast, there's Spotify, there's Google Podcast, there's Anchor, as I mentioned, and a whole lot of other platforms as well. And also I have a Facebook page, the Machona podcast as well. So there you can leave your comments. You can let me know what else you'd want me to talk about in the next episodes. And the last one is machona.com, right here at the back. That's my website, so it's machona.com. There you can also be able to see the other recordings that I have done. There's a bit of music there which I used to do, and you can just go on there. You can leave comments on whatever content is there as well, and we'll see you next week. So have a great one, and bye.